Let's go to Cynthia in Phoenix, Arizona. What's up, Cynthia?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm okay. It's
All
a
right.
Monday.
Hey, that's as good as we can do sometimes, right? What's up?
Yes. So my question is, I'm having trouble with my daughter. So a quick recap: when she was 14, she was going on social media, created an Instagram account behind my back because I already told her she could not have any social media. She was using other people's phones, like family members. They thought that she was playing games, but yet she created this account, talking to some stranger boy who I think was like an older man type thing. She was sending inappropriate pictures to him. They would call each other, talk on the phone. He would never show his face. Only she would show her face. So that's why I think it was like an older man.
What kind of inappropriate photos was she sending?
Of herself.
Like topless photos
her
or
body,
sensual photos?
Yes, topless. Yes.
Okay. As a 14-year-old?
As a 14-year-old, yes. So when we caught that, took all the phones, told everybody, hey, she cannot go on anybody's phone. If she needs to call a family member, you have to dial the phone for her. So I thought that was cleared. Now, when she's 15, COVID happened. They sent the children home with laptop computers. She started going on these Zoom chat rooms with, strangers again. So again, took her phone away. Took the computer away. Like, we would have to, okay, if you got to do schoolwork, you got to be around somebody. So now she's about to be 16. We started a new school, a fresh start. We're telling her, you know what, you cannot be on these sites anymore. We're going to give you back your phone because now you're about to be 16. Okay, we're going to start this fresh. 4 days into school, you're back. I caught her. I went in her room and I saw the laptop underneath her blanket. When I opened it up, she's chatting again with random people saying, I love you. They're boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm like, they're boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm like, why are you telling this? I was like, who is this person? I don't know. I just went to this chat room. I'm like, how do you get this chat room? Because when I tell you to open it up, you never know the password, but now all of a sudden you remember it. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know why she needs to keep chatting with these boys, these strangers. I don't know what she's looking for, what she needs. I'm asking her why she does it. I don't know. She says she wants friends. You just moved. You just started this new school. So you have friends. Why are you always trying to build relationships online? So I don't know what to do. We tried counseling. That was she wasn't participating in. She said she doesn't need it. It was nothing. There was no good outcome from counseling. So I don't know what else to do.
Man. There's so much here.
It's a lot.
Yeah, there is, and then there's not. Okay. 16-year-olds are very smart, and they're very capable. 15-year-olds, I've been around some extremely mature 14-year-olds that are impressive, smart, fun, hilarious. I was a high school coach, and I coached freshmen and sophomores, and they were awesome. I loved being around them. They're great. They made me laugh. And they're children. They're children. And they don't have the emotional regulatory capacity, in many cases, to detach from a need to be seen, to be attached from a need to be heard or at least felt like they're heard, to be seen as special. So what is happening in your home that this is where she goes to get that stuff?
So her father is not in her life.
Okay.
He's been...
Well, that's about what I need to know right there. That's about what I need to know right there.
Okay. He's been in and out of her life. He's been incarcerated. He's incarcerated now. So they talk here and there. When she wants to talk to him, she'll tell me and I'll make a visit, but it's not often.
So she needs... Again, I'm making a lot of leaps here without talking to her and spending some time with her, but it's not a surprise to me that she is her sweet little 14, 15, 16-year-old brain
Mm-hmm.
is wondering every single day, what was so bad about me that dad left?
Mm-hmm.
What did I do? And then somebody on an anonymous chat room says, I'll tell you that you're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show up and tell you that you have value. Just take your shirt off. And once that switch gets flipped, now we're in a whole different ballgame. Because there's a natural physiological arc to this that gets circumvented, which is why we keep adult predators away from kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because once the switch is flipped on, now you've got a whole different ball of wax dealing with kids who've been sexualized.
Mm-hmm.
And so asking, what are you doing? This is primal. This is in her soul. I will find some man that will tell me that I'm got value and that I'm beautiful and that I'm not worthless. Because the one guy that was supposed to be here left me.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to spend a long, long time trying to bridge that gap. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's an oversimplified explanation. I'm sure there's more complexity to it in Partridge in a Pear Tree. Here's the rub. None of that matters. What matters is, let's pretend there was like an arcade and you dropped your daughter off at this arcade with some regularity. Just a cool place to hang out. And then she told you, hey, there's strange men hitting on me there. And they come and rub my shoulders and they want me to take my shirt off and they say nice things about me. It just feels, ugh. And then you were like, well, I don't think I'm going to keep dropping you off there. And then she sneaks out. You find out she's sneaking out and she's going there and you go get her. When she turns 16 for her birthday, would you then just take her back and be like, all right, make good choices? No. You would never let her go back. Mm-hmm. You'd call the cops. You would scorch earth. And for some reason, when it comes to the internet and computers, we think those are different things. And I would say they are different in that there's way more predators online than there are in real life. Mm-hmm. And what I'll tell you is I've just been a part of too many investigations over the past 17, 18, 19 years working in colleges with high school and college kids that have, oh man, I've got a rise in me, okay? Save your daughter is what I'm telling you. She's begging you, save your daughter. Be the adult that doesn't leave her.
Okay.
What does that mean? That means I'm going to the school and saying, my kid will not participate in your laptop program because y'all have not provided us any sort of safety mechanisms that keep kids from getting into chat rooms with adult sexual predators, that keep them off the internet, that outside of school stuff. And I don't know how to solve that. I'm not a programmer. That's y'all's problem.
Right.
My math textbook didn't have a special portal that someone would sexually abuse me when I was a kid. Your child does. Mm-hmm. So as far as I'm concerned, you're going to give my kid alternative assignments until y'all figure out how to keep predators out of my home.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I reject it because they are failing you. And I would make it pretty direct. And like, here's some printouts of the chats that my daughter's undergoing on your school device. Mm-hmm. This also may mean that in your home, you have to get rid of the internet. And God, that would be annoying and uncomfortable and expensive and just frustrating all the time. You mean you got to go back to getting DVDs at the library? Yep. Mm-hmm. But we're talking about your daughter.
Of course. Mm-hmm. And
we're talking about 2 more years. And so many times I hear parents are like, I would do anything for my kid. I'd turn off the internet. I'm not going to take away their cell phone. Do anything. Mm-hmm. Here's one more thing. Sending her to counseling about her sexting is not the way to go about that. Okay. Taking her to counseling with you because you are looking to heal and become a stronger woman and a stronger mother after her after her father left y'all together, and you're learning some new skills. That's how you do that.
Okay.
Because if you take her somewhere and drop her off and say, something's wrong with you, they're going to fix it. That's the declaration of war for a 15, 16-year-old. Bring it then.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's, hey, I realized that dad screwed us both, left, and I want to learn how to love you better. And so I'm not asking, you are going to be a part of that. You can sit there in the room and not say anything, but you're going to be a part of it. That's a whole different ballgame. And then you know what she gets to see? She gets to see mom cry. She gets to see mom be sad. She gets to see mom be confused. And then she doesn't feel so crazy anymore.
Okay.
But be the only adult in this young girl's life that will say, I'm not leaving you and I'm standing up. And dude, I absolutely know, Cynthia, that when you take away all this stuff and put her on an island, it's going to be hell on earth in your home. I know that.
Okay.
It's also going to be hell on earth when she comes home pregnant. It's going to be hell on earth when she comes home and says, Mom, I've got fill in the blank with STIs. It's going to be hell on earth when you get a call from a police department saying, hey, we found a bunch of nude photos of your daughter on some guy's computer. You're just picking your hell on earth. And I'd rather pick the relational one.
Right.
Because there's light on the other side of that one.
I have a quick question. So with her father being incarcerated, I feel like, okay, that's her father still. They should have a relationship. But I just feel like it's just toxic because you pick and choose when you want to call your children.
Either he's going to be consistent, or he is opting out of his daughter's life again.
Okay.
Right?
Even if she asks to speak with him?
Let's write letters.
Okay.
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 I need some more guidance on that. I have a strong bent, and my opinion on that, it may not be the right thing. I'd want to talk to someone who's an expert in those type of relationships. What I do know sitting here is that inconsistency from adults to children makes children go crazy because they think they're the reason there's inconsistency.
Right.
Or when dad skips some sort of meeting or some sort of phone call or some sort of FaceTime, they assume, must have been something else more important than me. And the kid doesn't know that dad's in solitary or that they just did a lockdown and they took away all the privileges. Kid doesn't know that.
Right.
So the kid just absorbs it all and makes it their fault. And so letters can always be written. There can always, and you can also hold a letter, right? You can touch it and you can read it again and you can read it again and you can read it again. But if dad's playing games, I'm not having that.
That's how I feel. But then I get torn. Well, I don't want the courts. Like, is he going to take me to court and make this ugly? But I'm like, you probably wouldn't because
Cynthia, he's made it ugly. You're trying to polish a turd. It's a mess. There's not a way to make this not ugly.
Okay.
Right? He left y'all. For whatever he did, he left you high and dry. And if he wants to take you to court, then okay, I'll go to court then. Fine. Okay. I think this is a conversation best had with your counselor that you're going to get with you and your daughter. Okay.
Okay.
And letting her know this is mostly for you, but she's coming along with you. Because your counselor is going to know you and know her and be able to say, hey, I think we need to stop the calls. Often in these moments, I do know this, time around the calls escalates behavioral issues with kids, especially teenagers. Time right after the call with dad, escalation. Time right before the call, escalation. Dad misses the call, escalation. I'm talking about dad in jail or dad who's divorced who just is kind of flaky. And so at some point, I'm not going to let this person who is their biological father, but is not daddy. I'm not going to let this person continue to throw grenades inside my house. At some point, I'm the parent. I got to draw boundaries similar to this electronic mess. Okay. Moms and dads, you've heard me. If you're listening to the show for 5 seconds, you've heard me. And I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. At some point, we have to stand up in our local schools and stand up in our local communities and say enough is enough with the electronics. As a taxpayer, The pedagogical value is just dismal. The ROI on the amount of money we're spending in public schools and local schools, private schools, I don't care. Just to say, look what we have. Look what we have. Look what we have. When it comes to technological advancements. You can see the state of teachers. Man, I can just go off. We got to stop. We have to stop. We have to stop. Somebody has to fight for their kids. Please let it be you. Please let it be you.